In section 4.2, we're going to talk about mutations. So a gene mutation is a change in the specific order of the bases that make up a particular gene. So in the previous section, we talked about how adenine and thymine are always paired together, and guanine and cytosine are always paired together. However, sometimes it is possible that they could get mixed up. So, for example, if one of them is added or deleted or substituted for another one, then you end up with a gene mutation. So here's an example of a gene mutation. You might look at this picture and think that it's a black bear and a polar bear, but they are actually supposed to both be black bears in fact, and there was a gene mutation that caused one of the bears to have white fur. When we return to class, we're going to do this activity on page 123, looking at gene mutations and seeing if we can identify what mutation has occurred. Now, mutations can have various effects on different organisms. So first of all, a mutation could be a positive mutation. And what that means is the mutation can actually benefit the individual. For example, helping an individual to acquire a resistance to a disease. And in the picture, you can see that the plant on the far left has a positive mutation because it's been protected from the disease that the other three plants seem to have acquired. Mutations can also be negative, which means that the mutation will harm the individual. And individuals with a negative mutation, usually it reduces the probability that the individual will produce offspring or survive in their environment. And the reason that happens is so that nature can find its own way to kind of flush that negative mutation out. So in the picture below, you're looking at red blood cells. The one that's labeled B is a normal one, and the one that's labeled A is actually the one that has a negative mutation, which results in the people having sickle cell anemia. The third type of mutation is a neutral mutation, which means it does not affect the individual at all. So it doesn't give them any positive effects, it doesn't give them any negative effects, and an example of that would be coat color. Substances or factors that can cause mutations in DNA could be things such as cigarette smoke, X-rays, or pollutants. In nature, exposure to things such as solar radiation and radioactive gases could cause mutations. And mutations can also result because of human activity with chemicals and also nuclear radiation. After you've had a chance to read through section 4.2, I'm going to get you guys to complete the following check your understanding questions and chapter review questions.